Failure is not an option, or so says Gene Kranz. But when we look at our lives and evaluate our own goals, we become discouraged when we face failure. Repeated failure makes us become disheartened and unmotivated. So how can we remain motivated when it seems as if our dreams are so far away? Today we will discuss motivation and success according to 3 self-development authors. Martin Meadows, a Wall Street Journal best-selling self-development author. Meadows has written a series of books including Confidence, 365 Days of Self-Discipline, and Grit. Camilo Cruz, an award-winning and international best-selling author with 30 self-help books including Once Upon a Cow and Factor X. And Brené Brown, an American professor, lecturer, author, and podcast host. She is author of 5 #1 New York Times bestsellers: The Gifts of Imperfection, Daring Greatly, Rising Strong, Braving the Wilderness, and Dare to Lead. When exploring these authors and their guidance, I have identified 5 practices to remain motivated. And they are: 1. Pick yourself up and try again. Reevaluate your approach and change your perspective. Meadows says in his book Confidence, change your beliefs about failure. Consider it a source of feedback, not a testament to your lack of abilities. Maybe there's a different way to accomplish your goals. It is important to analyze your plan of action and alter your approach as circumstances change. Brené Brown says, vulnerability is the place of innovation, creativity, and change. We must first become vulnerable in order for us to identify our weaknesses and make changes to rise above them. Cruz reminds us that we must not allow the failures and downfalls of the past to close forever the doors of opportunity for future successes. Think back. How many times did you fall off of a bike before learning your balance? Get back on and try again. 2. Look back on your minor accomplishments. Any progress is good progress. Break your long-term goals into smaller tasks. One small achievement at a time will bring you closer to your big picture. Meadows advises us in his book Grit that continuous small improvements will lead to long-term progress, which in turn will ensure you won't give up on your goals too soon. Monitor your progress, and when you feel defeated, look back at how far you've come. 3. Do not get comfortable. The moment that you find yourself in a routine, look for bigger and better ways to get things done. Look for ways to improve. Cruz informs us that the great danger of mediocrity is that it's bearable, and Once Upon a Cow. When we become comfortable, we tend to become content in our mediocrity. We are in a position to complain about our circumstances, yet they aren't bad enough for us to remove ourselves from them. That leads Cruz to teach us that the real enemy of success is not failure as we often think, but conformism in Once Upon a Cow. We must break the chains of conformity in order for us to keep going and progressing towards our goals. 4. Do not give up. The only failure you cannot overcome is the failure to try. If you never ask, the answer will always be no. If you do not take small steps forward, you will always be in the same spot. When Brené Brown tells us in Daring Greatly that courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen, she's telling us that even the small gesture towards our goals go a long way. Overcome your fear of failure. It will take 500 no's before you reach that one yes. Do not be afraid to take that first step. Show up and get noticed. Meadows encourages us in 365 Days with Self-Discipline with the phrase, nobody likes to face obstacles, but it's thanks to those obstacles you face today that you gain the ability to overcome other hardships in the future, ones that would possibly crush you if it weren't for the experience that you're having today. Take those small defeats, learn from them, and make yourself stronger. And finally, 5, keep reminders of your long-term goals. Cruz emphasizes in Once Upon a Cow, you will become what you constantly think about. Put small reminders around you a painting of a house that one day you would like to own, a small car replica of the car of your dreams, a golden pen, or a picture of your idol. Maybe write a check out to yourself for $1 million for products or services that you offer. Frame it and place it in your workspace. Any constant reminder of what the big picture is. Anne Brown, with all of the books she has written, tells us if you own the story, you get to write the ending. Always remember that you are the author to your own life. Take criticism with a grain of salt. Always analyze your feedback. Take constructive criticism to build improvements and shift personal opinions to the side. Always remember to stay genuine to yourself. I hope that you've all learned at least one thing today that you can implement into your lives. I wish you all the best in your paths to success.